In a world of luxury, wealth, and indulgence, where private jets and exotic getaways are the norm, one woman's disappearance would shatter the illusion of paradise. This is the story of a glamorous escape, a secret affair, and a vanishing act that left investigators baffled and a family desperate for answers. Meet 31-year-old Vanessa Hart, a successful fashion designer and socialite known for her impeccable style and magnetic personality. Vanessa was living the dream, traveling the world, attending high-profile events, and rubbing shoulders with the elite. But behind the glitz and glamour, Vanessa was hiding a secret, one that would ultimately lead to her mysterious disappearance. Enter 42-year-old Julian Blackwood, a wealthy entrepreneur and Vanessa's secret lover. Julian was charming, powerful, and used to getting what he wanted. When he met Vanessa at a charity gala, he was immediately captivated by her beauty and charisma. What started as a whirlwind romance soon turned into a dangerous game of secrets and lies. In the summer of 2018, Vanessa and Julian embarked on a private jet getaway to an exclusive resort in the Maldives. The trip was meant to be a romantic escape, a chance for the two lovers to spend time away from the prying eyes of the world. But what was supposed to be a dream vacation would soon turn into a nightmare. Vanessa was married to Daniel Hart, a successful tech entrepreneur and devoted husband. Daniel was unaware of Vanessa's affair with Julian, and Vanessa was determined to keep it that way. She told Daniel that she was going on a business trip, a lie that would soon unravel with devastating consequences. For the first few days, Vanessa and Julian's getaway was everything they had hoped for. They spent their days lounging on the beach, sipping champagne, and indulging in the finest cuisine. But as the days went on, tensions began to rise. Julian's possessive nature and controlling behavior started to surface, and Vanessa began to feel trapped. One evening, Vanessa and Julian had a heated argument in their villa. Julian accused Vanessa of flirting with other guests at the resort, while Vanessa accused Julian of being overly controlling. The argument escalated, and Julian's temper flared. Vanessa, frightened, decided that she needed to get away from Julian and end the affair. In the early hours of the morning, Vanessa packed her bags and left the villa, determined to catch the first flight back home. She sent a text to her assistant, telling her that she was cutting the trip short and would be back soon. But Vanessa never made it to the airport. When Julian woke up and realized that Vanessa was gone, he was furious. He called her repeatedly, but her phone went straight to voicemail. He searched the resort, but there was no sign of her. Vanessa had vanished without a trace. The resort staff launched a search for Vanessa, but no one could find her. Her belongings were still in the villa, and there was no evidence that she had left the resort. The police were called, and an investigation was launched, but Vanessa's disappearance remained a mystery. When Daniel Hart received the news of Vanessa's disappearance, he was devastated. He flew to the Maldives immediately, determined to find out what had happened to his wife. But as he began to piece together the details of Vanessa's trip, he discovered the shocking truth about her affair with Julian. Daniel confronted Julian at the resort, demanding to know what had happened to Vanessa. Julian, calm and composed, denied any involvement in her disappearance. He claimed that Vanessa had left the villa on her own and that he had no idea where she had gone. But Daniel wasn't convinced. The investigation took a dramatic turn when investigators reviewed the resort's security footage. They found footage of Vanessa and Julian arguing in the villa, as well as footage of Vanessa leaving the villa in the middle of the night. But there was no footage of Vanessa leaving the resort, leading investigators to believe that something sinister had happened to her. Julian was brought in for questioning, but he refused to cooperate. He maintained his innocence and insisted that he had no idea what had happened to Vanessa. But the investigators weren't convinced. They began to dig deeper into Julian's past, uncovering a history of controlling behavior and violent outbursts. Investigators searched Julian's villa, looking for any evidence that could link him to Vanessa's disappearance. They found traces of blood in the bathroom, as well as a torn piece of fabric that matched the dress Vanessa had been wearing the night she vanished. The evidence was circumstantial, but it was enough to raise suspicions. Julian was arrested and charged with Vanessa's disappearance. The news sent shockwaves through the elite circles of the fashion and business worlds, and Julian's carefully constructed life began to unravel. Julian's trial was a media sensation, with every detail of the case scrutinized by the public. During the trial, the prosecution presented a compelling case, including the security footage and the evidence found in the villa. Julian's defense team argued that there was no direct evidence linking him to Vanessa's disappearance, but the jury wasn't convinced. After a lengthy trial, Julian Blackwood was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 15 years in prison. The verdict was a bittersweet victory for Vanessa's family and friends, who had lost a beloved wife, daughter, and friend. Vanessa's family was left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. They remembered Vanessa as a vibrant, loving woman who had been taken from them far too soon. Her disappearance was a stark reminder of the dangers of secrets and the devastating consequences of betrayal. The luxurious resort, once a symbol of paradise and indulgence, was forever changed by the shocking disappearance that had unfolded within its walls. It was a stark reminder that even in the most glamorous of places, darkness can lurk beneath the surface. Was justice served? Julian Blackwood is behind bars, but the question of what truly happened to Vanessa Hart remains unanswered. Her family continues to search for closure, hoping that one day they will find the answers they so desperately seek. This tragic tale serves as a cautionary reminder of the dangers of secrets, the destructive power of obsession, and the devastating consequences that can arise when boundaries are crossed. In the end, the luxurious getaway was forever changed by the shocking disappearance that followed. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime stories that delve into the darkest corners of human nature. And if you have a case you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.